Oh, the good news is, looks like the weather is finally starting to brighten up a little bit. Hope that stays for the weekend. I have got absolutely no idea what I'm going to talk about today. I know what I do need to do, and that is take Jasper to preschool, do a quick bit of shopping. Beyond that, your guess is as good as mine. That was a nice little shop. GoPro, using it as a point and shoot, seems like a good idea. Nice wide angle lens, so anything in front of the lens will be in the shot. Now it's back to the office to get on with some website. Yay! Well, I know what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to talk about flying cars. Yeah, flying cars are actually where, well, a bit windy, very windy. We'll just wait until I go inside. Yeah, flying cars are where me and Elon Musk actually part ways. Now I know what you're thinking, that doesn't look much like a car, but bear with me. Actually, I'm going to have to go get Jasper from preschool, so perfect opportunity to try out the mic for my GoPro which just turned up today. Flying cars have been the dream of the future for as long as I can remember, thanks to TV shows like The Jetsons and movies like Back to the Future. And yet somehow the reality has been rather less airborne. So what is it that's held them back? Well, apart from the occasional physically practical but financially impractical attempts, the thing that's held back the idea of the flying car has always been that they seem to rely on a technological breakthrough, something that isn't feasible and doesn't fit within our current understanding of physics. So for example, with something like Back to the Future, it's sort of magic levitation, anti-gravity type technology. That sort of thing might be possible, I don't know. But one thing I do know is that sort of breakthrough cannot be predicted until it occurs. On the other hand, if you can build it out of technology that exists today, then it becomes something that's rather easier to foresee. And that is the premise of my assertion that flying cars are actually going to be a possibility. And I think the enabling technology here is actually batteries, ironically. See, any attempt at making a flying car in the past has always been hamstrung by the fact that the energy source that it uses is very low grade. What I mean by that is it's coarse, it's not malleable. You can't use it to perform a wide variety of functions, and it's difficult to transform that energy into other forms. In other words, internal combustion engines of one variety or another. They produce power only in certain ranges of revs. They waste a lot of it. They're very noisy. It's very difficult to make lots of small ones that work as efficiently as one big one. They're also very complicated, so if you have 4 of them, you've got 4 times as much. You've got 4 lots of very complicated, which is insanely complicated. If your car already has a very high power, large battery in it, and the weight is reasonable for a car, then it wouldn't be particularly difficult to make that weight reasonable for an aircraft. And because the power of a battery can easily be delivered in a very powerful short burst, vertical takeoff and landing is much easier, and electric motors are substantially more reliable. than internal combustion engines. So servicing and maintenance will be significantly cheaper and easier, and the entire craft generally more reliable, which is important when you're buzzing along at 10,000 feet. So far I haven't said anything that I think Elon Musk would disagree with. He's on record multiple times saying that a vertical takeoff and landing electric jet, I think he may have even said a supersonic electric jet, is technologically feasible and something he thinks will happen in the future. But he's also said he doesn't think mass adoption of flying cars is ever going to happen, because the realities of flying are just too complicated for the vast majority of casual users to be able to deal with. And as somebody who's done a helicopter PPL, I quite agree. I think if you've got to learn to fly to that sort of standard, then it's 20, 100 times more complicated than taking a driving test. So I don't think that would happen. However, I do think he's missing something, which is odd for a man whose cars, the vast majority of which come with something called autopilot. Modern drones already do the most incredible job of flying themselves. They really are brilliant. And that's now. What's to stop that technology in 10 years' time with double, triple redundancy built in and substantially better external sensors and a nationwide system for coordinating the movements of these vehicles? And then what exactly would the pilot have to do? And I think this is a perfectly natural direction for technology to go. And the amount of space that would be freed up by not having roads crisscrossing all over the place would be incredible. And it would really change the feel of villages and towns as well, to sort of cut that link where everybody drives around. I think it'd make the world a much more interesting place, personally. So I look forward to it with bated breath. I'll be at Jasper's Preschool soon, so I hope you found today's video interesting. If you have, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you tomorrow for the next installment of my daily vlog. Bye!